It's true that some things change as we get older. But if you're a woman over 40 and you're dealing with insomnia, brain fog, moodiness, and weight gain, you don't have to accept it as just another part of aging. And with MIDI Health, you can get help and stop pushing through it alone. The experts at MIDI understand that all these symptoms can be connected to the hormonal changes that happen around menopause, and MIDI can help you feel more like yourself again. Many healthcare providers aren't trained to treat or even recognize menopause symptoms. MIDI clinicians are menopause experts. They're dedicated to providing safe, effective, FDA-approved solutions for dozens of hormonal symptoms, not just hot flashes. Most importantly, they're covered by insurance. 91% of MIDI patients get relief from symptoms within just 2 months. You deserve to feel great. Book your virtual visit today at joinmidi.com. That's joinmidi.com.
This episode of Critical Hit is going out to Jerry, Steve, Ari, and Ray. Thank you so much for becoming patrons and increasing your Patreon pledge. This episode of Critical Hit is going out to you. If you want to get your name read on the show, all you need to do is become a new member in the next week at patreon.com/majorspoilers, where you will be able to unlock all sorts of bonus features over at the Patreon website, including listening to next week's episode before everyone else. So what are you waiting for? Patreon.com/majorspoilers. Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. Oh, Kevin, I received so many emails from our last episode. I'm kidding. This is all in the can. That episode hasn't even released by the time we're recording this. So all of you who are sending me your emails, as of this recording, we haven't even read them yet. You haven't even written them yet. But I bet you're wondering and scratching your head, man. Why am I supposed to be sending emails? Kevin, why might they be sending emails or not sending emails?
Yeah, last time.
On Critical Hit.
On Critical Hit.
I was me.
Oh, man. So we went and saw a, what are these guys called? A spatial evangelists, or what do we call these kind of people?
The Church of Abadar?
The Axiom of Abundance?
Yes, the show is called The Axiom of Abundance. The speaker was arch director and CEO of Abadar Credit Sys, Eon Soljet, and he was preaching the good gospel of Abadar. And you guys were able to talk with him backstage briefly while on Absalom Station, and he seems generous enough to grant his blessing on your redemption race round idea.
Hooray for us.
Literal blessing, actually. He's going to lay hands on us all.
Yeah, but nothing comes with just, like I absolve you, Matthew, of all the wrongdoings that you've done in your life, and then you move on. They always want something else in return.
Yeah, so you guys had to sign a pretty extensive contract with his android sort of person, what's the right term?
Secretary?
Yeah, assistant, Aurea, who graciously granted you guys all of 30 seconds to discuss it, and then you drank the potion you'd gotten from the Witch Warper Zem, and hoped that would get you out of the magical bindings of this contract.
Yeah, little did they know that we signed it with our left hand.
With our fingers crossed.
I don't even have hands.
And so you guys are still in Absalom Station. You've been dismissed from the Golden Vault Productions area. You do see the golem that had drawn the lottery, had used his giant fist to open this massive vault and pull out the little lottery balls. he does kind of shuffle up to Ian Soljet as he's leaving, and he kind of mumbles, but he's still very loud, being a giant golem. Is like, "Sir, I was wondering if I'm still liking the lottery job, but you'd said maybe there would be a role for me in one of the upcoming mega changers." And you don't catch his response, but the golem slumps his shoulders and trundles off.
Oh.
And yeah, and you guys are free to go about your business. Though you note you have almost immediately you have an invitation in your infosphere connections to a club for later that night on Absalom Station.
What sort of club?
It's called Opulence, and it is not a club you've ever been to. It is way too expensive and invite only.
Mm.
I think, team co-captains, I think this means we've hit the big time.
Yeah, maybe a little harder than we expected.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess maybe we use our new Abadar black cards to get something nice to wear?
Bob, do you want to look around here?
Yeah, do we still got a mental link?
We can.
Yeah, I thought we already did that all last time.
Establish mental link.
Yep.
Mental link established.
Yeah, so I think
Now
that
recording.
requires a you guys touching. So yeah, you can be holding hands.
I jump up and have everybody carry me like I'm crowd surfing, and that's how we do it.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Our team's gonna look like it's really religious, but we're always just talking
like
telepathically.
We're constantly bringing it in.
Yep.
Take a knee, everyone.
What did you want me to look around for?
What I wanted you to look around for is that thing that maybe you want to do with for the abolitionists. So what I'm saying is, if you want to go through with that, we can try and help you find that terminal.
Well, I certainly want to free my brothers and sisters in indentured servitude as quickly as possible.
Okay.
And if we can do that, that would be great. But
all right.
I also realize that this race is very important to everyone else. So please don't take my needs and wants as being more important than the needs and wants of the group.
It's nice of you to say, Bob, but I think we kind of owe it to the abolitionists too on account of fixing up our ship.
Thank you for saying that. Down with the man! Down with the man! And it's really weird because Bob's shouting inside of our thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Bengi's just like rubbing her temples.
All right. Why don't we...
Bengi accidentally lets go of, however you guys are keeping touch of each other, and then just like, oh, wait. So rejoin.
I'll use the tail for that. 2 hands tail.
In that case, let's give ourselves a tour of the premises. Skritic, why don't you try to maybe check out what the ventilation is like around here, and Bob and forgotten everybody's names.
Quentin.
See if you can work out any sort of like map that can help us get in there. Keep an eye out, because I'm sure security is, the bum right now. So, all right,
we gotcha.
If it comes down to it, I can probably create a distraction, or we can create a distraction without too many problems. But yeah, let's just start wandering around and see where they tell us not to go, and see if we can find anything out.
All right. So, Hecubino, what are you doing?
I am going to get some pamphlets and start looking through them and start wandering the halls and see if I can find, like, oh, this is Jan Soljit's dressing room, and this is where they polish all of the bingo balls and stuff. Like, I'm actually very interested in that sort of thing. And talking, like, I'm guessing Bangy's probably coming with me at least. So talking to her about it, but I'm gonna act like I'm a big fanboy and start wandering around, and hopefully both create an opportunity and also keep attention on me, so that whoever needs to basically break off the group and go sneak somewhere or go try something can do that.
Yeah, I'll try to almost like physically provide cover in that like she just takes up a lot of space, and so that like if say Quentin or Bob kind of like want to stealthily, or for that matter, Skritic, who's probably really the best at that, hide behind her momentarily to get somewhere.
Okay.
I think I'm just going to. Try to access any of the closed off Wi-Fi or infosphere networks here in the facility to just kind of probe around and see what kind of security system that they have in that.
Okay. Quentin, what are you doing?
All right, you could do the same thing.
Well, all right. So clarity, as you know, we asked the question before the game, and I don't know if I got the full answer. What did we promise the robots to do again?
We're gonna upload a virus into the system to hack the system, to take down the servers and free all the robots who are in indentured servitude, and basically we're gonna blow up all the credit unions.
So I'm down with that.
We've got a little bit of hackers.
Also get to blow up the Geffen building.
Yeah, we got a little bit of hackers. We got a little bit of Fight Club, and we got a little bit of Tremors just for taste.
I think that was the long-term plan. I don't think.
I think there's also a little bit of Mr. Robot too. But
oh yes, Mr. Robot. That's correct.
Well, saying Mr. Robot and Fight Club, at least that first season, is
yeah. Very soon we will realize that Quentin has just been a figment of Bob's imagination the entire time.
Let me jump in here. So you're mostly right with your summary there, Stephen. But as Rodrigo was saying, that's kind of more of the long-term goal. This would still be an information gathering hack as opposed to a take down the whole system hack.
I can still do a remote hack.
They cooked up a special. The Android Abolitionist Front, according to Zoe, your one contact, had a devotee of Triune, the god of artificial intelligence, whip up this particular set of protocols and programs to be able to hack it even past their, Abadar vault level security. So, Quentin, you said you're going into the vents?
Yes. Going into the vents to see if I can find actual physical access points where I won't be visible to things. And I'm going to sneak into like the subflooring or the elevated ceiling, or, clearly every one of these places has that big Bruce Willis access vent through the top of the room, because every place does.
Okay.
In case Bruce Willis needs to escape.
So
just think of me as a cylindrical Bruce Willis.
I thought you were a sphere.
Okay. I'm not good with shapes. I'm a liberal arts major.
I mean,
which way you're looking
Bruce
at
Willis is a cylindrical shaped diehard.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's a pure cylinder.
Amu, what are you doing, buddy?
At this point, nothing that we haven't been told to do.
Okay.
Like, this is very much outside of Amu's wheelhouse, and they know it. So unless one of the co-captains says, do this, we ain't doing nothing.
Hey, Skritic?
It's outside of Amu's cylinder of influence.
That's pretty good.
I was also planning on hitting any vents or.
No, go ahead.
Great. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I was also planning on hitting vents or any like convenient crawl spaces or any other shaft or ways of getting around, spying / sneaking.
So we've got team cylinders in the vents.
Okay.
And
also, can any one of us like upload the whatever to the computer? Is there like an actual physical dongle that one of us needs to be holding on to? Or is it just data that we can transmit?
Oh no, this stuff is pretty dangerous. They would not want it out in the wild. So it would just be. So Bob has it, and there's an actual credit stick like device. Theoretically, it could be used wirelessly, but they predict. Will have said that Zoe predicted anything that has a wireless connection won't have the information you're looking for.
So I'm guessing then Skritic and Quentin are looking for those kind of access ports in the ventilation system. Is there like
or like going around the ventilation system to see if they can find a secure terminal somewhere?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, would a terminal that accepts like donations to the church work in this case, do you think? Like, I don't
know, right? Like you could I
mean, it's all got to be connected somehow.
Why don't you guys give me, how about anyone who wants to can give me computers checks?
Would it be even networked, even an internet?
29.
Okay. So this might short circuit some of the discussions.
That one.
You pretty quickly realize, the survey of what kind of access you have here and who's doing what is relevant for giving you some extra information, Bob.
Okay.
But you realize now, like, this stuff is probably all just Golden Vault Productions. You're in a big stage area. This is for broadcasting.
Yeah.
And it's very unlikely that the same, because it's clearly not generally available on the infosphere or through regular infosphere hacks. That is obviously known and was clear to you from the Android abolitionist front. Otherwise, you wouldn't have needed to get to Eon Soljet's terminal to use this. The number of people using, like, their production staff doesn't have this kind of access. These are just like riggers and lighting people and makeup artists and like people taking donations for the church. There's no way any of these have the level of access you need.
Okay, well then I will wander around and try to also find Ian Soljet's office. And I may just since I don't have, I guess I can do an infosphere blip to Quentin and relay that information to him. Blip. You have mail.
So are you basically saying that we're probably not going to find the sort of terminal that we're looking for here because it's not part of the church?
Right. Well, or rather, this particular part of the church is.
Yeah, we're not going to find anything that we want of relevance here. Like we're not going to be able to get into Aeon Soljet's
if he
servers in all likelihood.
Maybe he has an office here where he has a secure terminal. That would be the hope.
Yeah.
But apart from that, anything out in the open, definitely no.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's try to find his office then.
Terminal that I can hack and then get a floor plan of the entire complex. And then anything that looks soul jetty, we can then, look into. I mean, how do you even attach a jet to a soul? Is it like a backpack or?
Nah, it's not that kind of soul. It's like one jet.
So like a boot jet.
Yes.
On the sole of your foot. I get it. I'm with you. Okay.
It made the anagram work.
There's an anagram?
Anyway, yeah, you guys, let's say team Vents. Why don't you give me stealth checks?
Stealthing it up.
All right.
On the team Vent. I am rolling for just crap tonight. I have yet to, in this game, roll decent on computers, but I've been doing better on stealth than 19.
37?
Damn it.
Oh, my goodness.
Ryan hides in his own shadow.
Yeah, Skritic is really good at this.
Inside of Bob.
And Quentin, you are maybe too convinced of your own bounciness and not, as soundproof as you should be.
I am a robot. Clang!
So Skritic, you wince a couple of times as you think he might get you caught. You can go on ahead.
In my defense, I'm a literal round peg in a square tube, so.
It's more of a rectangular prism. Anyway, so
why you gotta correct me? What are you, Steven over here?
So Skritic, you're able to go from vent to vent, scurrying along. You're also just faster than Quentin, so you can kind of outpace him. And you do catch a glimpse of Souljet and Aurea, his assistant, and they're in a little room that looks like it's his office, except there's only one computer in there, and his assistant holds it out like it's like a briefcase laptop, and he twiddles a couple things, checks a few numbers, and then closes it back up. And then they are moving. They're evidently done for the day. So they're heading out.
I think I will tell them. See where they go, if they place the computer in a safe or anything, or
nope. Aurea has it locked onto their wrists.
Oh, okay. Yep. Gonna tell them. Gonna follow and see.
Oh, darn! It's handcuffed to the wrist. Darn it.
Oh yeah, handcuffed to the wrist.
All right.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, what can we do to accidentally sever the arm?
That sounds like an Amu question.
Mm-hmm.
That does.
That's true.
Invisible monofilament.
Just walking by eating a crudité, spreading some butter on a cracker, and oh no, I'm sorry.
So Hecubino and Vangi.
Mm-hmm.
You guys get a message, a direct message, follow up to that invite you got to the club.
Oh, from who?
It's from Team Electrum.
Oh boy.
They said, "Look forward to meeting you." So evidently, that's who you're meeting tonight. And they only sent it to, they actually say, "Look forward to meeting you, team co-captains."
Fancy.
Very. Well, I think we're getting close to something here.
Yep. Do we get a message from Skritic?
Yeah. Do I got a covert way to send one without, or is it all voice based?
You guys haven't invested a ton in secret comms technology, but I'm sure that Starfinder has the equivalent of text messages.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll send him a text message saying that, basically explaining the situation. Computer is handcuffed to the assistant, and I'm following.
We'll move to intercept and see if we can stall them.
Mm-hmm.
They are unfortunately not going a place you have access to. They seem to be leaving through Soljet's private elevator.
Okay. When you say we don't have access to it, is that like because it's guarded, because it's locked, because it's in a different dimension? This game has a lot of different kinds of not accessible.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
So it is. You don't have a layout of all of this stuff in your head, but you can kind of, from where Critic is and where Quentin's bouncing around very obviously in the vents, you can piece together roughly that it's on the further in to the little production area set of this, beyond the stage, beyond all that, and there are at the very least doors and guards between you and them.
All right.
Maybe this just isn't our chance right now.
Yep. Let's shut it down. I'll send I'll send everybody a text saying shut it down, and start heading for the exit.
All right.
Sounds good. This mission is successfully shut down unless Quentin goes rogue.
Wildcard.
Sever the arm.
I feel like Quentin, just by doing anything with us, is constantly going rogue.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You're a rogue agent. A rogue agent.
Well, I am 6% elephant on my mother's side. Or should I say my motherboard side?
Ugh.
So yeah, we'll try to gather up outside of this place.
So you guys are able to leave. Some people recognize you, Hecubino. You're like, oh yeah, I've seen you on Drifters.
Yeah. Well,
You're just like us.
Yeah, shake hands, take pictures.
Yeah, I encourage them to watch the redemption run.
Yeah, it's coming up. Don't miss it.
Oh, good. I thought it was really anticlimactic. You guys just losing randomly.
Right? So did we.
Then what do you do?
When are we supposed to be at the club?
The club opens at 2200 hours. Mm-hmm. So,
but it's is it like tonight, or is it like
tonight
later on? Okay.
What time is it now?
Still daytime.
Okay.
So you still have plenty of time.
Should we reach out to Rain?
Where did we leave off with Rain?
I want to say
she's still on our ship, actually.
No,
we dropped
I think
her
she
off.
wandered off.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
We were trying to get her to join us.
But she said, "See you, Space Cowboys."
Yeah, so she was going off on her own and go see if she can work up on any other angles for you guys.
Okay.
But yeah, so she's not with you currently.
Yeah, better let her rest.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or work, whatever she wants to do.
I mean, should we get something to wear for tonight? I actually already spent all my money though, but maybe.
Yeah, I think fortunately we can get away with wearing what we would wear to a race.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that way we don't have to break the bank trying to figure out how you get Amu into a suit.
You need 2 suits.
Or maybe a million suits? Hard to say.
Yeah. It's like there's like 2 pictures of Amu. One of them, he has a pair of pants stuck on the bottom of his shell. It's like, does Amu wear pants like this or like this? And then like the other picture is just Amu, but every other pixel is black.
every polyp has a suit.
Yep. Yep. Let's. I guess maybe we should figure out a place to stay.
Yeah, that seems wise. We can start working on figuring out where we're going to fix the ship.
Yep. We'll go look for relatively cheap lodging.
Sure. You are quite familiar with very cheap lodging on Absalom Station. You can probably actually afford slightly better now.
Here's what I'm looking for. Above the line of we have to have somebody awake at all times so we don't get our stuff stolen. But only slightly above that.
Okay.
But don't we have the holy credit card of Antioch now?
Oh, that's true.
What if we got like a really schmanky place where somebody watches out for us?
Like that's great. It's like a D&D party. It's like, oh, we're staying at the inn, so they have a person there to keep watch for you in case of goblins. God, I hate it when adventurers come into town. They're just the worst.
Unfortunately, guy works for tips, so you know.
I think our credit cards are in fact credit cards. So if we go get a schwanky place, we'll have to pay for it eventually.
I was not going to say anything.
Probably with extremely high interest. Extremely high interest.
Yeah,
like, that's how credit cards work. You can spend unlimited money, right?
Right.
There's ways around that.
Yeah, not until the Mr. Robot future kicks in. So
I think Hecubino's dealt with like Hecubino has probably been like Hecubino and Bangi have probably like actually worked for creditors in Anakaton, like as muscle or as just like intimidation or whatever. So from that side is like Hecubino's like, oh yeah, actually credit cards get you beat up.
Yeah, aren't these the guys who actually owned the literal mines that we blew up earlier in the game?
I don't think so.
No, that was Muckrakers. That was a different operation. They were like small time compared to Abadar Corps.
But Quentin probably has the that tree or like that flow chart of who owns what. So
sure, yeah, it's probably a subsidiary.
God Corp.
Yeah, like that whole what's it called? Required credit counseling is probably like if you actually manage to get out of Muckrakers, they make you go to that, but then
they charge you for it.
Yeah, exactly, which probably puts you back in Muckrakers.
Putting the top in dystopia.
Oh yeah, yep. So yeah, let's go find a mediocre hotel.
Sure. So you can find one. Let's see here. You're probably going to want to stay somewhere in the ring. You could stay in Drifter's End. That has kind of a lot of explorer types, spacefarers, a bunch of alien ambassadors. You could go over to Free Markets, which is kind of like a merchant district. You probably want to stay out of Olenza. That's where a bunch of human supremacists live.
Awkward.
Yeah.
We vote for ambassador area.
Okay.
So
that's
you
fine.
have the most chance to meet strange new alien species.
Exactly.
I think since we don't want Drifters to end, we should avoid Drifters End.
Aww. Well, unfortunately.
I thought the district was called Drifter Send.
Ah.
It's actually called Drifter's End.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
That clears it up.
Drifters go to die.
All right. So to continue on, let's end Drifters. Go to Drifters. So yeah, you can go to. There's kind of it's called the Lore Spire Complex, and that's where the Starfinder Society is based. And then there's a bunch of pretty reasonably priced temporary lodging for. You guys are probably actually more famous than most of the people around. Like, Vangie gets noticed on occasion. Hecubino gets noticed a bunch. But
I think like I definitely get noticed because I have a class feature or a
so do I.
Feature.
Yeah, both of us have the same. I mean, we've got different classes that give it to us, but we both have fame, effectively.
Yep. So you guys are not quite slumming it, but definitely on the cheaper side, staying with basically Starfinder grad students and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is on brand for us, though.
Yep.
We're the people's death racers.
Yep.
Great. Anything else you want to do before you head to Opulence?
I guess mostly have something worked out where one of us is babysitting Amu in case he gets too excited about meeting some sort of alien species and tries to take a sample.
Well, the two of us have I guess Team Electrum kind of wants to meet us, so we might get separated from everyone else.
What?
You guys get this thing from Team Electrum?
I don't know. Did we?
Everyone has the invite to the club. Only Hecubino and Vangie got a follow-up message.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess they just want to... Probably just their captain wants to talk to us.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Talk business.
Yeah. So, I don't know if if you guys can if Aeon Souljet's going to be there, or if you guys want to just try to get a look at who else is there and gather some info and make sure that Amu doesn't take samples without consent.
Yeah, and also
why would we take samples?
And also remember we are chasing a conspiracy with a body count of at least 7 people by now. So be careful if you're just wandering around the club or whatever.
Watch out for, diabolical freakiness.
Yeah.
Would you want
people
me
look shifty types?
Would you want me lurking by the captain's table there?
I think you should go where your instincts take you. But if your instincts say to sneak around and be close by, then yes. But you know what? When we get there, we'll get a better look at the situation. So you should do what you think is best. I trust you.
Yeah.
Look out for a salad bar. Got it.
Yep.
Stuff those cheeks.
Yeah. Hecubino is not gonna think badly of anyone who just goes in and raids the buffet. That was him.
So at the very least, Quentin, because you're quite trained in culture, but anyone who wants to can make a culture check. Can tell you a little bit more about what's going on here.
Sure. Let's see if I'm any good at that one. Yep.
Let's see. I can do a double row once per day.
This is just an information thing.
Yeah, maybe you want to save that for later.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll just do 27.
Just flat out.
Ace is high.
Man, operatives are so good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah. If your game actually emphasizes skills, it's hard to top the operatives or whatever.
But okay, so everyone who got a 20 or higher, which would be Hecubino, Quentin, and Skritic, you guys know that Opulence, it's an infamous nightclub for the ultra elite A-listers, basically the young, the hot, the rich, and the famous. Pick three.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no salad bar. There's no food. And while it technically opens at 10, or that is to say 2200 hours, you should not show up at 2200 hours. No one will be there. We're talking, maybe 1 in the morning would be a good time to arrive.
Yeah. Well, then maybe we should take a nap.
Yeah.
Also, it occurs to you, Hecubino, based off of by going back through your messages, you think that the invite came from Team Electrum.
Oh, the invite for all of us came from Team Electrum.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And then they just sent you guys an extra message.
I'll work that into conversation at some point.
Sounds right.
So yeah, you guys can rest up. You can tour the area. Amu, a bunch of Starfinders want to recruit you.
Maybe when we are done with the drifting.
Oh, we drift all the time. We have to use our drift engines to go from exciting place to exciting place and have adventures. And
we are a member of Team Lizard Brain, and we can't disappoint the co-captains.
All right, well, let me know if you change your mind. And they give you some promotional information.
Ooh. Well, I'm going to be occupied for a little while.
They seem very young and very well-meaning.
That sounds like Amu's crowd.
Yeah, Hecubino will walk by with like a bucket of ice or something, and he'll be like, finding Galarian is a chumps game.
Okay. Great. Then let me know if there's anything else you want to do. Otherwise, we can skip ahead to Opulence.
Yep, I don't have anything else.
Yeah, let's go clubbing.
Great. All right. So, you guys, what time do you show up?
10:46.
We will actually. Okay, I probably will spend a little bit of time trying to figure out a good place to pre-party.
So that we can kind of be seen at the pre-party too?
Yeah, so we'll go start something up, pre-party at some other bar.
Somewhere with food. This one with food, please.
Yeah, and then very publicly, make our way to Opulence. Fashionably late, after 1.
With Quentin rolling footage the whole time?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. We're basically streaming with a, and once we get into Opulence, whatever we get there, we'll put behind our paywall.
That's great.
All right. So, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to message you and Rodrigo and Sam. I'm going to message you two privately in Discord with a little bit of extra information. I'll go through descriptions and such once we're actually in the club. So everyone will get introductions, but you guys know a little bit more than most. So I am currently sending that to you. And any thing notable that you want as part of your pre-party montage, pre-party streaming?
Probably a lot of talking up the redemption run and how excited that we are to do it and have a chance to like further advance and keep the fans up. And thanks everyone for believing in us. And we're gonna take you with us all the way. And just like going somewhere that's like kind of like more an everyman's bar and like chalking up just the love of the race and stuff like that.
Great. Plus, you can get some good Vesk food.
Yeah.
Human food has no flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, if we can party a little bit with those Starfinders, that probably intercepts with our demographic.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. So Amu can make some introductions, and then everybody's happy to go out. All right, great. So you arrive at Opulence. It's in the ultra rich segment of Absalom Station. As far from the spire as you guys. It's you guys came up like when you were here at the very beginning of Drifters in like the Warrens in the Spire. This is the complete opposite end. The club itself has there's no sign. There's nothing gaudy like that. There's just a couple of bouncers and a line. And the bouncers are enforcing a dress code of stylish, whatever exactly that means. Though for those of you that are paying attention, you note that they're actually very good at enforcing that standard. Like those that they let in are some combination of dressed, fearlessly or extremely well vetted, like just well put together. You guys have invitations, so they do kind of eye you and like give you a once over, though they actually recognize both of the team co-captains. And you are admitted into a tunnel, like that. The little doorway opens, and it's just a long, dark tunnel. And you can hear the echoes of screams, and you can feel a thumping bass in the soles of your feet. At the end of the tunnel, you see lasers moving ahead of you, purple and green and red and blue. And then you enter the club proper, and you realize it is huge. It takes up a ton of space. It's dimly lit. It's very, very loud. And there's weird stuff happening all around you. You have to kind of move deeper in because you can't block the tunnel. And you see that there's a dancing pit right in front of the DJ stage, though the DJ is well protected by security drones and a taser grid. Those in the dance pit are writhing around ecstatically, dripping sweat and various other fluids. And there's such a tangle of appendages, you can't make out where one body ends and another one begins, let alone sex or species. Around the pit, forming almost a complete circle, are private booths. They're all black and reflective glass, and there's like smoke coming out of them, and like the lasers bounce off the glass. So it's still lit, but it's darker. There's a private intoxicant service being delivered to these booths by teams of scantily clad servers with pool floaty flamingos around their waists. You see several crystal bottles of SCP-207, which is a very rare and supposedly dangerous vintage that are being shaken and sprayed on the most attractive people near one booth. The shaker is a corpulent, octopus-like creature bedecked in expensive jewelry. At another booth, there's an almost impossibly beautiful Lashunta man in what must be like a 20,000 credit suit, making it rain digitally, of course, which means he's shedding credits from his account directly to those dancing around him. And there's an accompanying shower of holographic golden sparks and the sounds of clinking coins. For those of you who pay attention to music, you recognize who the DJ is. It's Omega Ego Death. She has a residency here, so I guess this is just another weekday for her. She's got shock green hair and kind of like a punk aesthetic in her personal attire. The music she's playing is all electronic dance, a combination of her takes on the top 200 Packed Worlds playlists, usually with a better beat and more bass. Along with her original music, which features a lot of top-tier vocalists and other musical collaborators. Those of you paying attention note the themes of psychedelic exploration of consciousness, community, death and rebirth, the inevitable end of existence, and the all there is tonight carpe diem tropes in her music and the visuals. There's a massive screen behind her, by the way, that's depicting these visuals. And they're all over the place. They're as varied as a community of alien species dancing together in a rainbow tunnel when the music is happy and upbeat, to a star field with an exploding supernova when the music is darker and heavier.
Oh, Bob is totally getting into all of this.
Living that deep space plur life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually Pluro here. It's peace, love, unity, respect, oblivion.
I'm so glad you had a response for this.
Okay.
Yeah, they do this little hand motion where they like do symbols for peace, love, unity, respect, and then the end is oblivion, where they just like both go like exploding away.
Nice.
Good old nihilistic rave.
So you can see that the people who invited you are in one of these private booths. They actually have one of the balcony booths, which you have to have special ultra VIP access to, but you are waved in. And you see Team Electrum, at least the 6 current members. So I'm going to... You guys are kind of walking up and you have some time. So I'm going to do the descriptions and say the name. And then if you guys care to chime in with any details, because most of the party does not know much about them, and they presumably are not going to introduce themselves. So we'll start with the leader of Team Electrum. His name is Win Weasel. He's an uplifted weasel mechanic. So he's a giant weasel man. He's got red and white fur, about 5 feet tall, though he's perched on a stool, so as to be improbably just as tall as the Vesk nearby. He's quite ripped for an anthropomorphic weasel, and he's wearing a white tank top and black aviator-style glasses.
Ooh.
I nod.
She's like, he's the guy in charge. He's their captain.
Staring at Win ominously is the Brick. He's a huge, 8 foot tall, hulking, extremely well built and attractive Vesk, covered in Veskarium tattoos, which at the very least Vangi will note are the signifier markings for Damaratosh worship, mercenary and Directive 9 veteran. Damaratosh is the Vesk god of conquest, and Directive 9 is a kind of secret service of Vesk military.
He's really hardcore. Though,
yeah, don't mess with that guy.
But he might not be staying around long. Apparently, he doesn't really get along with Wynn.
Next up is a Lashunta man with blonde hair, blue eyes, like beautiful high cheekbones, and he's wearing blue and gold steward armor. Stewards being a type of law enforcement in the Pack Worlds, but with the badge of office ripped off and patched in its place is the Electrum disc symbol of Team Electrum.
Okay, that guy that looks like a cop, he's not a cop. He just dresses like one.
Well, he used to be a cop.
Yeah.
His name is Steward Walker. Next up is Maite. She is a human female, gorgeous, long black hair, brown eyes, tan skin, black Defrex leather armor in the form of a sweet-looking leather jacket and pants.
She's, I think, is she with Wynn this season or not?
Oh, I don't know. I can't keep track. But she's a technomancer, so she's magic. So be careful.
Yeah.
Beside her is an android with he's bald. He has white dermal plates with an affectation of light facial hair around the jaw and cheeks, wearing a stylish but clearly flexible battle armor business suit, all in black, with black Hitman-style gloves and 2 disintegrator pistols in his jacket. And he seems to be constantly squinting at you.
That guy will kill you.
Bob is jealous of his outfit.
Yeah, that guy, he actually got hired to kill Team Electrum, and instead they hired him.
Yeah. He's pretty scary.
His name is Cryptex. And then lastly, there's Augustus Slash, who is also bald. He's a human man, dark brown skin, fit and tall. He's wearing overlapping robes of purple, burgundy, and dark red. The velvet fabric is rustling, and you can feel the magical protections coming off of that Hecubino. Must be woven in the fibers. His hands have long fingers bedecked in rings with arcane sigils engraved upon them.
He's kind of like their Quentin. He's OG though.
And Wynn will be the first to greet you. Hey, welcome. Come here. Have a seat, everybody. It's Team Lizard Brain.
Yeah, we'll come over and sit down.
Yeah, it's so nice to meet you. It's a real honor.
yeah, we get that a lot. But hey, now we're peers, right? So you can drop the act.
Yeah.
And I will just slap Augustus in the back.
He coughs over his incredibly expensive drink and looks at you. You'll have to buy me another.
Oh yeah, no problem.
He looks back at everybody, he clearly shoots a grin at people behind you. Yeah, pull up. Drinks are on us, regardless of what Augustus says.
Thanks.
Oh, thanks. That's real generous of you. Pull up a chair.
Oh, there's no chairs. This is all
roundy booth.
Lounge.
Yep. It's very low to the ground. The booth is actually fairly uncomfortable.
Sure.
It looks really good. but some people are standing, Stuart Walker and Maite are both watching the DJ and stuff like that. They've clearly ordered intoxicant service, so there are bottles and some sort of hookah-like device.
Vengi will like sit down and then kind of be like, "Huh, that has surprisingly a little give to it," and then like try to adjust herself.
Someone, one of the staff actually will come up and be like, Mr. Weasel, we just had one. He's like, oh, hang on 1 second, guys. Yeah, duty calls. And he turns in and he pulls up the staff members who all want to take a quick video and post it on the infosphere. And he's like, what do you want me to say? And they're like, the racer one. He's like, all right. Ask any racer, any real racer. It doesn't matter if you win by a centimeter or a kilometer. Winning's winning. There, good. All right, yeah. And like a bunch of people get little autographs and stuff like that. Like, sorry.
Yeah, like Hecubino, after he says that, Hecubino will be like, yeah, and like clap a little bit.
So, you talk to the man.
Yeah, he's gonna back our redemption run.
That's what we hear. Good for you. That's not many people get second chances on drifters in one season anyway.
Well, we're a very unusual team, even for this competition.
Yeah, we have already run your socials. We reviewed your last race, all that stuff. So we want to, get to know you in person. So far, we like what we see.
Yeah.
That's nice to hear. I mean, I know we're technically, maybe hopefully gonna compete against you eventually, but I'd like to think that it's all sportsmanlike.
Oh, of course. Got to give the people what they want.
Right, exactly.
Well, look, I'm glad we got the chance to talk. We got a plan, strategize, Well, we've been at this a while, and take it from us. You don't want to roll the dice. You got to play the angles, okay?
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, no, lay it on us. All the advice. We'd love to hear you.
Right. So I'll bet you've already gotten, some of those anti-recording devices, stuff like that. We use them all the time. We're using it right now, just so you know.
Yep. Okay. Our Quentin, can you get a message to our followers? Sorry about the live stream being cut off.
It hasn't been cut off. I'm just that awesome.
They seem to have some sort of jamming device.
Oh, man.
I like to dance.
Good try, though.
You can try to be hacking it, but there's some, if you fail.
We probably don't want to live stream our actual conversation anyway.
That's true.
Like when we start taking shots with them or whatever, we'll live stream that.
Yeah, and I presume that Quentin probably has a set package that airs when there's dead air. Yeah, basically, it's one of the. It's like the thing that comes up at 3 a.m. when nobody's actually watching. Anytime Quentin is out of communication, the feed is just full of cool stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
It probably drives about half of Quentin's viewers.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably an infomercial. A slap chop.
Just like a log crackling.
So everyone is having a seat. Everyone's drinking and kind of participating, or is there anything going on that besides Vengi and Hecubino so far talking that the rest of you are up to while this is going on?
Yeah, So if Bob is, if they're got those jamming devices, that kind of compromises Bob for some reason, and he kind of dumbs down like we've seen before.
Amu is definitely fascinated with the massive various races and species that are here.
Yeah. Amu, you're probably, let's say, you're closest to the hoi polloi. You are on this balcony, so you've got some personal space, but most people in this club do not. And you're pretty sure that the group of people next to you are leaning against you for support, and like kind of using you as though you were part of the wall as they make out with each other.
Species.
This actually happened to Kevin and I at a club once.
Gross.
They were like leaning on you?
On Kevin, yeah. They used him as a wall. He's very tall. It was gross.
I guess it depends on who was doing the leaning.
In any case, you get quite a view, Amu. So Augustus will actually chime in, like, "Hey, have you guys ever been to the Kolomokos? It's a gorgeous planet. It's all these what do you call it? What's the word? Archipelagos. That's the word. Archipelagos. Yeah, islands, beaches, the best climate band I've ever been to. They have like 500 different kinds of fruit. All of them are delicious. They make these little desserts like cakes and tarts and pies. The locals are really nice, chilled out, always there if you need something like a foot wash or a head massage or a hot towel. So considerate. You're treated like a prince. You should go sometime. We own a couple islands there. We can show you the ropes, introduce you to people."
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun. Sure.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. We've been to Akaton, Absalon Station, and the Diaspora.
Cryptex, the android, leans in and moves. "I know 30 good hiding places for body on Akaton. Charmaine."
As long as they could very well overlap with some of the hiding places for bodies that we know.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of good hiding places for bodies on Akaton.
Yeah, it depends what you mean by good. Like, there's very good ones.
And how
like
big the body is. Yeah, exactly. Like, if it's just like a, blanket on the name of the Skritic mouse, but people.
Oh,
Yosoki.
Yosoki body, like, you got a lot more options.
He squints at you and then leans back, apparently satisfied with that as a response.
Does that seem to like horrify anyone else on the team, or are they rolling with it?
Oh yeah, they completely roll with it.
Okay, yeah, because that's guys like, oh, we've been to lots of cool places. It's like we haven't been to any cool places, and it's like, well, I've committed crimes, and we're like, crimes?
You're speaking our language.
Yeah.
Skritic's counting on his fingers.
Nothing surprises Bob anymore.
We broke Bob. He was so young and wild-eyed when we found him.
Yeah.
I say Amu's paying attention to the couple.
The mating dances of the Absalom Station clubber.
And you, when Weasel will regain your attention, he goes, "So we like what you've got going with Talos. That seems there's a bit of back and forth there. That's just fine. He's nothing special, but he'll do for your season 1 introduction. Bad guy. That's not a problem there. So one thing is, we're gonna need to settle how we avenge you."
Wait, what?
Okay, well, yeah. How do I put this? We're the good guys. We have to be the good guys. That's the brand. That's what we're about. We're scrappy. We're the underdog heroes, even though we've won several times, and we keep just upping the stakes. But never mind that. We've got some a role that we need to play, and so we can't have two underdog good guys, and we certainly can't have two underdog good guys go up against each other. That doesn't make any sense. So here's the deal. You lose, and then we avenge you, and we bring you under our wing. So you do your redemption round, that's fine. And then maybe we can pin it on Talos, something like that. You guys get sabotaged again, whatever. We can figure out the details, but the bottom line is you guys will establish the stakes. We want people to like you. You're a likable group. But, that gives us, we then beat your bad guys. We take you under our wing. You become part of the global, actually galactic Team Electrum family.
That's an interesting idea, but I feel like our fans would be kind of bored if we got sabotaged again. Maybe we could win our race, and then we could race against you guys, and it could be like, ooh, who's gonna win this one? Is it the scrappy underdogs or the even scrappier underdogs? And whatever happens.
I got it. After we win the redemption round, we'll do a heel turn.
Ooh. Well, I'm in for that.
We'll change all of the purple accents to black. And then, so, Bang, you're going to have to start wearing some makeup over your stars.
Oh.
That's all right.
Bitches.
Maybe just over one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
and then,
half heel.
Then we can go up against each other, and people will be like, oh, I can't believe Team Electrum was so nice to these guys, and now they're throwing it in their face.
I mean, heel turn could work for us, but that's going to be tough on your fans.
I guess that's true.
We want to come at this with, what do we say, a win-win. So, if you've got suggestions, we're all ears, but...
Well, how about,
Yeah, I'm not too worried about fan retention. We are cultivating a fan base that is very shallow, and we're doing that on purpose. Partially because we're brand new, so people don't know us very well. But I think, a heel turn could work. Quentin here is like a very good editor. We can even cut things together for stuff that we've said before that maybe seemed sinister in retrospect. Especially Amu, his face either doesn't move or moves too much when he's talking.
It's very uncanny.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, and then
why don't you put a tape together for us? Send us, here. This is my this is a private line. You can reach us here. He just flicks his hand, and from his compad, he's wirelessly giving you their info, like a private infosphere connection to them. So you can do.
Yeah, I'll motion for Quentin to grab it.
Quentin grabs it.
Yeah. It's like like a little hologram pops up, and you can just swipe it, and now it's added to all of your infosphere accounts.
Ooh.
Yep.
Schmancy.
Look it up. Let us know. We've got, teams of editors, writers. We can set up some pyrotechnics for you if that's helpful. Makeup, I hear you're getting a ship upgrade, right?
Yeah, we're working on that. We did some gear upgrades. Now we're doing the ship stuff.
Good. So, that's fine. We'll probably want to shoot some footage of, us doing you guys a solid somehow. Maybe we can do that for your redemption run, because we'll come out in favor of the redemption run, and then you guys can do some sort of betrayal. So we'll work up some details, shoot them over. Who's your production staff?
That's Quentin here, and he works for Extreme Infosphere.
Yeah, though I think his contract with Extreme Infosphere was transferred to Aeon Souljet.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. You guys are working for Goldie, eh? Aurea?
Yeah.
Yeah, Souljet's the man behind the curtain, but Goldie, he does all the heavy lifting there.
Really?
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
Yep, I'm sure they'll be asking you to do them some favors soon if you just signed up.
Oh yeah, like what?
Well, did you read your contract?
I tried. There was a lot of words.
Yeah. Well, they'll just be sure you get some exercise, that's all.
Oh, good.
I like exercise. Keeps me fit.
Like opening a gym or something?
And Cryptex leans in and like, nothing like that, mate. Nothing at all.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm sure we can figure it out.
Yeah. Like a fitness program for underserved youth.
You're really getting hung up on this whole exercise thing. I meant it kind of as a throwaway joke. They're going to have stuff for you to do.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all right. All right. Quentin, send us what you got whenever you get it worked up. Otherwise, we'll see you at the redemption race. Welcome to the club.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Real nice meeting you. See you soon.
Yeah.
Thanks for the drinks.
Drink up. Oh, you want to do some back rolls? Maybe we can do, like, as you say, shots. Maybe people love that stuff.
Bar.
Yeah.
Maybe do some dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing.
Yeah.
Some fist bumps.
They'll do this big like bubble bath type thing later on. That's always fun.
Okay. I'll lean over to Amu and I was like, Amu, if you want to get any fluid samples from the pit, you should probably do it before the bubbles come out.
There's going to be bubbles?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Just wear gloves.
We can't wear gloves.
Wear some kind of protective thing.
Yeah, he's got like little probies.
Doesn't look sanitary.
We sanitize
it. We'll get some photogenic shots. We'll get some video. We'll get a hilarious video of like Bob like dancing and just like shaking it like super hard, and then we'll pan to like Maite, who has like her arms crossed and doing kind of like, that gymnast girl. You know what I'm talking about? It's just like that frown pout, and then back to Bob, who's still like freaking out on the dance floor.
Yeah, maybe we can have like a lineup where we're all like facing each other with our team equivalents.
Yeah, like you're up against the brick.
Yeah, exactly. And Hecubino's up against like Win.
Who's our team equivalent?
I don't know. That's a good. I guess you maybe Matey.
Maite.
Yep. Probably be Mai Tai, and like Skritic would be Cryptex, and Augustus is Quentin, and Bob is Steward.
Yeah, we got
Steward is also a pilot for what's worth.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Yeah, we got Amu from 2 different supplements, so it's hard to find an equivalent.
That's fair.
Yeah, I guess they're a core race only group except for Win Weasel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hecubino will definitely talk about how he thinks that it's like the Kasathas are like explicitly not letting people do drifters, because you haven't seen a good like Kasatha, like a prominent Kasatha in a team in so long, and it's like, why not? But that's like clearly just like a weird conspiracy theory that he's been thinking about and has like no way to back it up. And I'm sure that there's probably at least one Kasatha and so Kasatha.
Yeah, and Vangi's theory is that it's like actually the producers, because they're worried that like the veils will keep the like people from actually empathizing with them since they can't see their faces.
Right.
Even though there's no data that backs that up. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And it's like it's like once you have a character in a show with 4 arms, it's just like it makes everything more difficult for everybody else, because then they're like, well, why wouldn't you just have a full crew of 4 armed people? And that's why it's so hard for races with 4 arms to get into drifters.
Yeah, and like then they're like, oh, then we'd have to employ a whole new costuming team that could, especially tailored for people with 4 arms. Who's going to pay for that?
We have no arms.
Yeah,
and
that's easier.
Or many.
Again, you're not the easiest one to dress to the group, Amu. We had a whole conversation about that earlier.
Yeah. Where are your pants?
I think he ate them.
They're in the show.
Yeah, and so the music is playing. There's a song about like we have to all like love each other tonight because tomorrow the Star Eater Devourer will destroy the universe. So let's party because like tonight's the last night of our lives.
Yeah. We're gonna party like it's 1999.
Actually, the year 304 in Starfinder, but that's after the gap, which
Quentin is Canadian, so you have to do the math. You multiply by 56 and then subtract 32.
Add Quentin's Korean birthday and then
All right, cool. Do you guys actually party and try to have fun, or is this all work?
Hecubino tries very hard to seem like he's partying, but he's going to spend a lot of time trying to get a read on all of these guys. Just as much info as he can, like just observing how they talk to each other, how they talk to other people, and all that stuff, which I feel luckily can be done in like a party atmosphere without, necessarily seeming like he's spying on them.
That seems totally reasonable.
Going to be all business.
Vengi is bad at all social skills effectively, so she's probably like tries to get to do the same thing that Hecubino is doing, and then effectively just gets like pulled into the party.
Yeah, that's okay. We need Vangi's main role is her constitution.
Yeah. To just drink a bunch and like be like help drink people under tables.
Yeah, so that if like Hecubino's not gonna drink very much because he doesn't have he can't hold his alcohol like super duper well.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely Vangi needs to like step in every once in a while if somebody offers her something.
Yeah, drink more than her share.
Yeah.
To tell the other team members to stay as sober as possible.
Augustus will offer to use. He's got a little bit of magic, and he says he can. I can cast a spell that'll help you dance all night, but it will cause you to have the song stuck in your head tomorrow.
Wait, which this song right now?
The songs you hear tonight, yeah.
I think I could probably just dance all night without that.
Just to make it more fun.
Why would it be
all
more?
Right, sue yourself. You'll be really into the music, really in sync with it.
But I already like the music.
Okay.
Thanks, though. Appreciate it.
This guy, am I right?
I know. So nice. So generous.
Yeah.
Heck, Bino, why don't you make a sense motive check? Amu, what are you doing?
What Amu does best. No, Amu will do exactly what was suggested earlier of collecting samples and engaging with the partiers.
Sounds good. In what manner do you engage with them?
Conversation.
Oh, they want to dance with you.
Attempted dance while conversating.
Someone asks what species you are.
We are Rikrichi.
What's that?
We are a hive people from Rikrichi.
Oh my goodness, you're like lots of people all in one?
Yes.
You're like society. There's like lots of us, but we're all one. Dude, look at the music. The music is right about you. It's a bunch of colors, and like there's a bunch of people. You're with us now. We're Amu. And then you get surrounded by dancing people, and they say, we're Amu.
No, we are Amu.
And they're like, we're Amu.
But we are Amu. Amu's going to have a crisis of identity.
Identity crisis.
That actually is another theme in Omega Ego Death, is the loss of individual consciousness, as you aren't sure where you end and space or society begins.
I mean, that's kind of what it says on the
individual consciousness. We have many consciousness.
Skritic, what are you doing?
Big old brain.
I think Skritic is going to try to find somewhere something he can climb up, largely under the ostensibly to keep a vantage and make sure everyone stays safe, but more just as a way to get out of the crowd and not be assaulted by various bodies.
Yeah, you can find a safe vantage.
Yes. And just kind of glower at anyone that approaches.
Is this different from normal?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, there's no food, so.
Bob, what are you doing?
Dancing. He's a dancing machine. Literally.
So it sounds like Bob, Amu, and Vangi are making up team dancing. Hecubino is kind of doing both, but keeping an eye and like making it look like he's having fun, but keeping it mostly under control. Skritic is being cranky, and Quentin is legit working.
Yes. Legit
that sounds
working.
Right. I got a 29 on my sense motive.
Great. So, you can tell a few things. So, what is there any one person you're trying to single out, or are you just trying to get vibes in general?
I guess I am mostly trying to see what Wynn's relationship is with everybody, probably as a main thing, since he's like kind of the group leader.
Yeah, you are able to pick up enough that when you think that the rumors of the brick and Wynn not getting along are true. The Brick is very much a kind of like alpha as well, and does not like being told what to do. So that's just an inevitable conflict there. So they're both savvy enough that they don't let it show too openly. And you're familiar with their dynamic in the races, where they can kind of play against each other for foil points a little bit, but overall, you think that relationship is legitimately fraught. Wynn treats Cryptex and Augustus Slash more like minions. I mean, I guess, yeah, like powerful minions, but still, like, do what I tell you.
Like lieutenants.
Yeah. And he seems to be actually fairly friendly with Stuart Walker and Maite. He at one point, gets the group together for a shot, like all 12 of you, and he does like the "we're not just a team, we're family" thing.
Nice.
In terms of you one night partying with him doesn't let you psychoanalyze him too much,
yeah, of course.
But he does seem a kind of alpha, in charge type person. Clearly comfortable, getting his hands dirty.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah.
Up front.
Yep. Well, you don't know if he's honest or not. That none of this is necessarily say like you in fact think that he could totally lie.
I didn't say up front. I meant out front, like comfortable, like as like the obvious head of the group, as opposed to like a power behind the throne or like somebody who leads from the back.
And then as for how he feels about you guys, I mean, he is very good at putting on a show, like very, very good. They all are to a certain extent. Though, you note that like Cryptex sometimes just like it seems annoyed with like the party and stuff like that. Cryptex doesn't drink at all. And so, you get the impression sometimes that Cryptex is coming up with ways he could kill everyone in the room, as like a way to spend the time. Sure. But in general, how Wynn seems to be treating you guys is he will shower you with stuff. You guys, like, you're famous, they're mega famous. So like they're the most famous people in this club right now, and it's only for pretty rich and famous people. Rich or extremely attractive. So he is clear, and you get the feeling that Augustus is basically doing his bidding on this part, where they're trying to show you a good time. They're trying to they make a number of veiled or not so veiled references to how good it is, like living the high end drifter's life that they live.
Sure.
He doesn't seem to be afraid of you or consider you a threat in any way.
That's probably for the best. Okay. Yeah, I'll just continue to keep an eye out and see, what relationships are developing, all the while just like drinking a little bit and like facilitating conversation. Like I'll like really try to like get them talking to each other, like bring up something that they did in some show and get them reminiscing and like see them talk about it. See if it like drops their guard a little bit.
Why don't you give me, what do you think, maybe a bluff check?
Sure. 32.
Wow, you're very good at this. So they're pretty jaded, and they're used to, like, your first couple of overtures fall flat simply because, like, they've done this before. This is nothing new to them. But you have a very, very good knowledge of drifters, and you might even like tap Fangi and ask her a question, or ask Quentin a question, or something like that, to get some things. So you can actually bring up some stuff that you're pretty sure people don't bring up all the time. You ask some non-obvious questions and you're pretty good at you've identified some of the emotion markers of the group. So you can be like, hey, remember this one time, that on this season, Maite saved your life? Like, what was going through your mind when at that time? Like, because that was actually the third time she saved your life, and you don't see that mentioned in most of like the write-ups or in your wiki pages. And I was wondering, like, what that how you guys talk about that. And those sorts of questions do catch them a little off guard, so you're able to instigate some real conversation there.
Yeah, that's mostly as a means to continue gauging their relationships. And if it gets some actual fun anecdotes, that's great. But yeah, Hecubina's basically like drawing his relationship map.
Cool. Do you have any questions? I will definitely give you another sense motive check if you'd like, and then you can ask me some questions, and I can help fill in that map.
Yeah, sure. Let's see if my sense motive is still working. Bloop. 32.
Great. All right. You have a map. You have a map of their relationships.
Okay.
Yeah. You think? Yeah.
I'm mainly looking for, like, is there something non-obvious that's a problem here? Like, are they all like, yeah, this is the best, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, Win shoots them a look and they start sweating or something like that, right? It's like, did somebody kidnap you and put you in this team, or like anything like that, right?
Right. So, you're able to assess that, like, Cryptex certainly is not afraid of Win. Cryptex might not have fear circuits.
Sure.
And so, he's in for whatever. Stuart Walker is probably the one of them, and maybe Augustus Slash to some extent, but Stuart Walker is the closest to being like a, I don't want to say normal, because that's not quite the right word, but like a law-abiding citizen type person,
right?
As opposed to the rest of the team, who are all crazy people.
Yeah, or all like daredevils and
bounty hunters, and yeah, exactly. So, Win Weasel and he go way back. He's been on the team for a long time, but you probably sensed like he might be nearing the end of his run with the team as well.
Okay.
You're fairly certain that Maite does not have amnesia, and that was so that was all based off of events from the previous season, that she supposedly was suffering from amnesia. You think that's you think that's an act, and that whatever her relationship with Win is, it's definitely secondary to Win's role as team captain.
Okay.
And Augustus Slash, he's something of a problem solver for the group, but you get the slightest hint that he feels not taken advantage of, but like underlooked, underappreciated. Overall, though, while the group isn't 100% cohesive, you do get like there's never anything that puts them in danger, but you kind of have the idea like if you threw a grenade right now in the middle of the table and was like grenade, that they would collectively react to it pretty calmly and pretty efficiently as a team.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
Cool. Party. Vangie, you drink a bunch of way too expensive drinks.
Yep. Probably
Anything
smoke
else?
some weird hookah.
Yep. It's pink.
Neat. Dance with people, talk to fans, try to, I don't know, like let someone like on my shoulder so they can get a better view over the dance pit.
Awesome. Cool. Well, if anybody has anything else they want to do, let me know. Otherwise, we will fade to black on Opulence as the party continues well into the morning on Absalom Station.
Nice. There we go. Party time. Excellent. Right here on Critical Hit. And you can keep the party going when you head over to patreon.com/major spoilers. Sign up today. We can't do this without your help. Certainly, we make a lot less money than other people, but we put all of our money right back into Major Spoilers Productions, just like this show you're listening to right now. Again, patreon.com/major spoilers. Until next time, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2021 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.
It's true that some things change as we get older. But if you're a woman over 40 and you're dealing with insomnia, brain fog, moodiness, and weight gain, you don't have to accept it as just another part of aging. And with MIDI Health, you can get help and stop pushing through it alone. The experts at MIDI understand that all these symptoms can be connected to the hormonal changes that happen around menopause. And MIDI can help you feel more like yourself again. Many healthcare providers aren't trained to treat or even recognize menopause symptoms. MIDI clinicians are menopause experts. They're dedicated to providing safe, effective, FDA-approved solutions for dozens of hormonal symptoms, not just hot flashes. Most importantly, they're covered by insurance. 91% of MIDI patients get relief from symptoms within just 2 months. You deserve to feel great. Book your virtual visit today at joinmidi.com. That's joinmidi.com.